Hello everyone, welcome back to a new replay cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a game played between, in the bottom right, spawning as the red Terran player. My teammate is of course Clem. In the left side spawning as the blue Zerg, playing for team Clash, or Q-Lash. It's going to be Reynor on Golden Wall, which has given us so far a lot of really sick games. One of the two maps in the current map pool that have critters on it. I don't believe in the new map pool there are any critters on any of the maps, which of course makes me a little bit sad. Oh, wait, there's 3 maps right now: Eternal Empire, Golden Wall and Ice and Chrome. And not only does it have critters, it also has this weird bottom top split between these two, just these two sides of the map, right? You have the gold minerals here, you have a mineral wall here, which is 5 minerals each, so 2 workers can open up this path. But you always see this split scenario, and a lot of the time, the longer the game goes, the worse it gets for the Zerg player. It's really difficult to keep these bottom bases going, to keep them going up as a Zerg player, and it's also difficult to stop your opponent's bases from going up as a Zerg, as once there's a planetary there, you're gonna need to really dedicate a big portion of your army towards that bottom side, and then the top side is free for the Terran to push. So unless the Zerg manages to get a good lead, some map control, nice creep, very often in the late game what we do see happen is once that bottom side starts getting taken by the Terran, that it just becomes so difficult for the Zerg player to really get anything going. Now, take a look at the build orders here, just a standard Reaper expand coming out of Clem against, seems to be just a hatch first out of Reynor. SCV scouting Clem most likely will not end up blocking that third base either. He's just gonna check actually if those minerals are being mined, making sure that the third base for Reynor isn't being taken over here. We have a Reaper moving out. SCV is just gonna head straight home, realizing he missed his opportunity to block a potential third base. As the Reaper comes in, there's still gonna be a couple of seconds, 12 seconds for this Reaper to go ham, and then the Queen will put an end to the misery of the drones and the Zerglings just taking hit after hit. As long as no drones die, Reynor's gonna be happy here. Most of the time Zergs don't even really lose a Ling, and that's gonna be the case here as well. Tumor's gonna go down immediately on the edge, as the Reaper did end up taking quite a bit of damage. We can see that he needed to heal up, couldn't really go in, jump on that creep tumor. Now, on this map in general, it's difficult, of course, with a ramp. You don't really have vision of where it is exactly. You don't know when exactly it's gonna go up, so I don't mind that Clem did not try that. Now, if you look at his main base, we see double gases starport going down, so we're not gonna be seeing the ultra fast 30C. Of course, 30C is still most likely gonna be the follow-up here. Ooh, we're seeing some marine production though. 2 marines. Now, if there's a third marine, this is looking a lot like a hellbed push. If we're just gonna stick with 2, really could be anything still. It could just be used for denial of scouting. We're gonna see medevac coming out, so most likely at least going to be a Hellion drop, stim, or tech lab for stim, most likely. So we see no armory or anything of the sort yet. There come the Reaper, couple of Hellions are gonna make their way over to the third base of Reynor, but Spore will save the only drone that was mining there, and now the Queens are here. Look at the Overlord spread here for Reynor. We have 1 Overlord in both areas, and we're seeing him push out those Overlords towards the bottom right now as well, making sure that he gets good vision of that bottom side of the map. 1 Overlord is gonna go in to try and make sure that he knows what's up, sees the lack of a tech lab. I think he saw that and saw stim researching, so he's gonna have a good clue of what's happening. Also, if he's aware of his timing, he knows that there's gonna be at least 8 cars. Like, you can of course just know your timings as a Zerg. Like, hey, if the factory is still going here, it's gonna be 8 cars. Clem, not gonna be able to do too much here as Reynor is completely in position. 44 workers against 35, very low worker count here for Clem. Probably cut here and there. Now Liberator is out at this moment. Let's see what that bad boy is going to be doing. I don't think it's going to be doing too much, as there's pretty perfect vision here for Reynor, honestly. With that creep tumor in the middle, then these Overlords on the sides. We're gonna have a couple of cars here on the top side. We'll be cleaning up those links. Reaper joins up with that army as well. What actually is here on the top? Not much. If Clem would have jumped in here, that could have been an issue. I mean, that's 14 drones that potentially could have died. Oh no. Reynor did not properly spread this Overlord all the way down. Liberator is going to be able to find something of an angle here, but meanwhile he's losing 2 Hellions as well for free. A lot of damage on top of this medevac. Let's see how quick Reynor reacts. Pretty quick. He's going to end up losing nothing, just a single larva. Absolutely fantastic reactions here out of Reynor, who is still maneuvering around those Liberator zones. Clem, of course, also really, really quick. These guys are so freaking fast. Reynor pulling ahead in supply right now is going to end up losing a single drone and a larva against this Liberator, but fantastic defense there against the initial harass. Has lost 7 units and a single worker. That is definitely a good start here for Reynor, going up to climbing up to 67, 68 workers soon. 1-1, equally timed to Clem's 1-1. Creep spread looking really healthy as well, and I mean, with a queen count of 6, he's going to be able to keep pushing that creep forward. Top side is lacking a little bit, but this middle is, I mean, it's almost 7 minutes. It's barely 7 minutes, 6 minutes in the game, and we're almost hitting the middle of the map. That is not what Clem wants. He's going to have to focus very hard on clearing creep this game. Now, we're seeing a very late Baneling Nest come in. Curious to see what he's going to be doing with that. Well, it's obviously for Banelings, and we're seeing 6 gas. I more meant what unit is going to be built with it. Whether that's the Hydralisk, or if it's going to be the Mutalisk. Mutalisk very popular on this map. Of course, very easy to bounce in between the natural, the main, and the third base. Whenever this gold base gets taken, we see no gas being built here yet. Up to 5 racks right now, Clem is. And now we're going to see some major decisions being taken. Are we going to take a 4th base? Is it going to be in position? Are we going to go into 8 racks? So there's a couple of questions here that we're going to see answers to very soon. 2nd factory, so that means we're going to see a 4th base as well. And we see continued tank production actually. So 2 tanks are out right now. Oh. Couple of links, all decent trades here for Clem, but not the end of the world for Reynor either. Creep still looking high and mighty in the middle of the map. Here comes the single drop. Link slightly out of position, are gonna catch these Marines right now. Nothing dies, but Clem gets pushed away. He's gonna go to the high ground, try to clear some creep there. Really not much of trades happening here right now. Too slow. Clem is not going to be able to do anything here. Picks up immediately, realizes 4th base being constructed on the high ground, so not quite on the 4th base location, but a little bit closer than putting it in the natural, which is nice of course. +2 attack is starting in a Hydra then. Okay, that's what I thought. We didn't see Aspire for so long, and with Mutalisk you always want to start them kind of quick, so we're getting up to a very high drone count here. 87 for Reynor. Does mean that his army isn't that big. We see 56 army supply against 84. And we're actually seeing a bit of push out here coming out of Clem. It's gonna end up cleaning some creep. Hydras are being popped out. No upgrades for the Hydras yet, and they're not starting either. Still has both of them, the Hydra range and the, what is this called? The hydraulic? Muscular augments. Ay. 3 extra barracks are coming down right now. Where are they being built? In the main base. We're gonna go up to 8 barracks, 2 factory, 4th base. Makes a lot of sense, of course. Worker production has stopped for a little bit, has stalled. That's gonna be on purpose. That's not a mistake. He just doesn't want as many works. He wants a bigger army, especially with one of those 2-2 pushes that he's probably setting up for. Hive is actually going to be pretty late here. We see a double drop on the bottom side, going to start clearing that creep. Now, you might be wondering why the hell is he clearing this creep? He's never going to push here right now, but the moment he clears this creep, taking these bottom bases is going to be way harder for Reynor, and he really doesn't have much to defend this area yet either, so... No, Clem, so fast. He's going to be able to pick up in time. Doing a good job controlling the creep right now. I'm a little bit afraid here for Reynor actually. +2 attack finishes in what? In 20 seconds. Hive is still researching for another 15. There's gonna be a time where Clem is gonna have a crap ton of tanks. +2 on his Marines. Creep is most likely gonna be gone, or at least largely going to be gone. And there won't be Vipers. He's gonna go straight into Lurker. So what it does, it does secure this ramp in a way, but it's gonna... It's not similar to the Viper, where all of a sudden Reynor has a timing where he can straight up attack with his army. No, that's not really the case here. Oh, bunch of banelings are gonna roll in, clear all of these marines. This is the first mistake that Clem really made. He has been getting a couple of workers up here as well. Lurkers are moving in. Clem scouts that it's lurkers. We might see a Ghost Academy come down soon. Perhaps gonna get +3 first. Now these extra barracks should be getting tech labs, or they should have already been getting tech labs, honestly. It's a little bit slow with that. Vipers are coming in now after the lurkers. Adaptive talents being researched before the seismic spines, which gives the +2 range on the lurkers. Don't forget, no real upgrades on the lurkers yet either. +1 only starting now. Now usually that doesn't matter too much for lurkers, as really their main damage comes from the splash, not their single target damage. So if, like, it doesn't really matter if you do 20 damage on 17 marines, or if you do 18 damage on 17 marines, still a crap ton of damage. Like, as long as Clem has the correct unit composition to deal with it, the upgrades don't matter too much. It's not that big a deal. Lurker's actually struggling to get some connecting hits there. What was that? What happened here? Banelings from the back. I guess you can just explode through the minerals with the splash, that should be fine. Now, I'm actually doing a fantastic job here denying this base. These lurkers, man, they really actually don't do a lot of damage without any upgrades. Oh, here comes a pool. Could be an unsiege and a pickup with the medevac. Not going to happen for now. It's weird to see. Clem on 75 workers, Reynor on 105, but his army is very squishy. Seismic Spines is being researched, 2 drops heading towards the bottom of the map. I wouldn't mind if Reynor decides to go for a complete switch and just get a crap ton of units here. We're talking like 4 or 5 medevacs. Like, clear this creep and then pretend to kind of keep this position. 1 or 2 tanks should stay here, and then just send everything towards that bottom. Now all of a sudden, I don't really think Reynor can do much about this. Army is so small, like his splits are already very, very tight. Unit-wise, this is an insane engagement, by the way. I'm not too sure about this for Reynor. The bio is doing so well against these lurkers. That is painful to watch. Ghosts are being produced right now as well, so we're going to see that Ghost Academy come into play very rapidly already. Single drop once again. I think his base might just die if he decides to focus it. I mean, yeah, he's gonna focus it, but his base is down. That's gonna put him on really just... I guess he has this gold and he has this bottom base. Bottom base is being attacked though. 7 workers go down. Yeah, Clem needs to find another angle to attack at this point. I really feel like this bottom side, he can't just let it go up for free. That's a mistake, because this is the Terran area of expertise. It's just keeping that bottom side for themselves. Now we have a couple of drops on the way. It's probably gonna be for banelings. Okay, yes, +2 on banelings, +3 on banelings soon. A couple of tanks are being taken out. Oh, lurker drop. Now this is something we don't see every day. It's 4 lurkers. That's a giant investment as well. Don't forget that the army supply of Reynor is already freakishly small. The one thing he is going for himself is that these marines just don't fight too well against Baneling Lurker, honestly. Maybe a Blinding Cloud here will help. You see EMP hitting a single Viper. A couple of Hydra Ling Bane coming from the back. Now that Reynor's in control of this bottom side, I kind of find it scary for Clem. I mean, these lurkers should fall relatively quickly. 2 Nidus is going down as well, man. Reynor's going all in with this lurker harass. And here come 2 lurkers, gonna get dropped. How fast is the response of Clem? He sees what's happening. A couple of snipes go down on the lurkers, and he tries to set up something of an army here. Gets a good scan on one of these lurkers. There's still a lurker in that overlord. He's aware of that as well, of course. I think he's gonna deal with this very rapidly, actually. Good snipes. 7 drones fall during all of this. Single lip, I think, took care of that. That's big damage for a single lip, honestly. Creep is almost non-existent as well. Lurkers are falling rapidly. Look at that unit lost. I'm super in favor of Clem right here. Still way more money in the bank for Reynor as he's been mining more. This Liberator is doing a terrific job, honestly. I don't think Reynor can do this, right? There's a bunch of ghosts here. Ooh, 3 tanks not in position though. Scan goes down, couple of snipes. Yeah, Reynor decides to move back. I think that's a correct call. I'm not sure about the continued marine production. I mean, there's not that many banelings or lynx or hydras. I feel like tank, marauder, ghost might just be better, but once again, of course, I'm not a specialist like Clem, as he probably thought about this a lot more than I have. It seems like a higher marauder count would be better though. He actually lost a little bit of a fight here. This is the first time he actually lost a fight, and now it's looking scary immediately because he's not only is he giving up part of his army, he's also going to give up map control with this. And for the first time, Reynor is actually ahead in army supply. Clem's money is super low. He just invested a crap ton in more orbitals. If he's not going to be able to use them, that's going to be a real issue. This is what? This is 1600. There's one more here. There's like 2k invested in newly built command centers, not even including the price of the orbital command. And they're not really doing anything for him yet. He can't really throw away any SCVs yet. He's actually building more SCVs. I think that's a mistake. That can't be correct. Nidus is being, I want to say warped in, but morphed, I guess. Good snipes coming out of Clem here. Two more lurkers are gonna need to be SCV pulled on or something like that. There is a turret here, and the range of the planetary is not sufficient actually. What's happening over here? Massive engagement, which I missed the start of, but it seemed like we missed too much yet. Tank shots shelling down these lurkers. No scans available. Oh, but there is scans available. There's definitely scans available. A couple of ghosts here going to be dealing with the lurkers here. Nidus in the natural won't go up. Nidus to block this base. Now that's a rare one. I think the first time I saw that was TLO do it. Not going to be able to land here. This base is kind of vulnerable, honestly. We have good income here for Clem. Unit lost is still in favor of Clem, as Reynor lost 4k more. There's a knight is going to go up into this main base, which is very, very scary here. A couple of scans coming out of Clem, making sure that this base isn't being retaken. Sees this bottom base though, and that's going to hurt a little bit. Right now, actually, they're kind of on even bases, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess with this one, it's going to be 7. So this base and this base can't really start mining, or Clem is going to be in trouble. He's losing a bunch of tanks in the middle of the map. Lurker's not burrowing yet. Here we go, one-shotting tanks. Something Clem is going to be jealous of. Walking in, killing a tank. Good snipes though out of Clem as well. Single planetary is going to do some work, but Reynor has so much money and so many units good run by with 3 lurkers, 4 hydras and 10 lynx. I'm not quite sure what it is, but all I know is that it's working. I mean, these lurkers are still going ham. Once again, very late on the scan here is Clem. Double knight is going up in the main base right now. Ghosts are trying to take these down, but their DPS just isn't good enough. Oi, 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 oi. 4 Vipers are out on the map. Couple of banelings being put into this Nidus network. No. Nothing pops out. Nothing pops out here either. I mean, the supply for Clem is so little right now. His income is still looking fine, but he's not winning fights as decisively as before. All of the fights ever since that one bad fight over here have been even trades. I feel like Clem hasn't really been maxed anymore either, which might contribute to all of that, right? Because his advantage really is when it's maxed. Both armies... I mean, the army of Reynor is just going to be smaller because his drone count is so extremely high. Ling run actually doing way more damage than it wasn't really a run by. These Lings got caught, but with adrenal glands and 3-3 upgrades, apparently they do pretty decent damage. Is there burrow? Burrow not fit. He starts it. 33 out of 70, and he wants to burrow stuff underneath here. He wants to start burrowing Banes. He's, even though he has no creep here, he's just dominating the map right now with these run-bys, with these Niduses. He's getting so much map control. This base is gonna die. Clem completely unaware of that was about to happen. He's gonna lose a couple of Marines here to Banes. tries to stim back. Still has a massive army though. 106 supply, but 112 for Reynor as well. 18 SCVs did go down there, and so did the base, of course. So there's no follow-up command center anymore. No, just this one, which is turning into a planetary already. Another Nidus goes up. Where the heck was that? Over here, straight in Clem's face. Come on, man, you gotta leave him alone, Reynor. That's not very nice. Couple of Hydras doing a lot of damage. There's still no upgrade for this planetary for the extra range, which sucks. A couple of Marines, Marauder coming in as well. Are gonna be... Oh no, gets pulled back. So these Niduses are gonna finish up. I don't think they're gonna be able to do too much. Yeah, this is a mistake here. And now we have a pretty decent engagement coming out of Clem again. Yeah, that was a decent fight. That was a pretty decent fight, I think. 179 supply right now. Is pushing up to higher supply counts. He still has 6 orbital commands, 59 workers. He needs to max out. What is the quality of his army though? Not a lot of tanks, a lot of marines, but the lurker count is non-existent right now. There's 0 lurkers, 9 lurkers are on the way. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. If this dies, that would be... Oh, no. Very, very painful here for Clem. This base was so important for him. Not only to drop mules at, but also as like a bit of an anchor point there on the bottom side. He just lost that. Now we're gonna see this run by do absolutely nothing. Reynor responds quickly and only loses 5 links, which isn't going to be the biggest of deals. And now Reynor is starting to feel some time pressure, right? He's still down in units lost, so he does need to either start trading better or he needs to finish the game, so he can't afford a full split map scenario. He just walks in tank fire, in ghost, no problem there. Good EMP coming out of Clem, but there's just not the tank count here to deal with these lurkers, I think. Good snipes. Where's the scans, Clem? Where is the scans? Does he... Yeah, there's no scans. He just doesn't have any scans. Good run by coming out of Reynor again. Another bunch of workers are going to go down. 1 scan and a lot of these lurkers are going to end up falling. 2 liberators do some decent damage helping out. Yeah, Hydras are going to end up killing these libs. Single Hydra are going to do quite some work here. 70 workers do fall. 145 supply against 170 right now. Where are the larvae? There's no larvae, is there? Literally 0 larvae. He's gonna get a couple now, but he has plenty of money, just was lacking some larvae. 2 Niduses do fall. This command center is gonna survive, but... Oh, I have a bad feeling about this for Clem, honestly. Once again, these bottom bases, they've mined too much here for Reynor. Clem did such a good job denying this base for so long, but he let Reynor get away with these bottom bases, and that's not allowed. Not enough pressure there. The game, of course, isn't over yet. There's not a lot of creep, and right now there's 10 lurkers finish up again. Good splits here coming out of Clem, but I mean, there's just too many lurkers and not quite enough marines. This is the push we needed to see a long time ago. We needed that when there was these tanks in the middle. Right now, I feel like it might just be a little too late. Reynor doubling the income here of Clem. We should just be able to snipe this base, honestly. And then probably just lift up with these medevacs and get out of here. Oh no, Clem going a little bit too slow. No stim. Snipes are gonna go down. No. Full on pickup. It's gonna lose a lot of stuff. Does clear this base. No, it doesn't actually clear this base. Oh my god. This is terrible. 1 tank over here. I don't think it's going to be enough to defend all of this. Good snipes. I love this positioning here by Clem. Sees the parasitic bombs, picks up. GG gets called though as Reynor wins with the lurker drop, with a lurker style on Golden Wall. So congratulations to him. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hopefully see you all next time. Bye bye.